Welcome to the Minnesota Cottage Foods Academy, a program by the Minnesota Farmers Market Association. In this video, we'll walk you through how to calibrate and use a typical pH meter to measure the acidity in your cottage foods. The meter helps ensure your cottage food recipes are safe and compliant with Minnesota's cottage food law. What's in the kit? When your kit arrives, you should find the following items: printed instructions, the pH meter with protective cap on the probe end, a jar of 4.00 pH calibration buffer solution, a jar of 7 pH calibration buffer solution. In addition to the kit, you will need to provide your own jar of distilled water to rinse the probe of the meter between use. Understanding the Apera pH meter. Before using it, you will need to install the batteries. Follow the instructions in your kit. This Apera meter has two buttons. A measure button that is used to both turn on and off the meter and to measure the pH of the food. Short press turns it on, long press turns it off. Make sure to press for at least 2 seconds. A cal button that is used to calibrate the meter using the two calibration buffer solutions. Long press for at least 2 seconds to enter calibration mode. Short press to finish the calibration once the calibration is stable. On this meter, a smiley face appears on the display screen once the reading is stable. Calibrating the Apera pH meter. Step 1. Open the jar of distilled water. Rinse the probe in the water, then shake off excess water. Step 2. With this Apera meter, we start with the 7 pH solution to calibrate. If you have a different brand, follow the directions for your meter. Step 3. Open the jar of 7 pH solution, make a quick stir in the solution, then hold still and long press the cal button to enter calibration mode. Wait for the stable reading when the smiley face appears and stays on the screen. Short press to finish the calibration. If you short press the cal button before the smiley face stays on screen, an error code appears. To fix it, wait for the smiley face to fully stabilize, then short press the cal button to finish the calibration. Put the cover back on your pH 7 buffer solution jar. Step 4. Swish the probe in the distilled water again to rinse it and shake off excess water. Step 5. Open the jar of 4 pH solution, make a quick stir in the solution, then hold still and long press the cal button to enter calibration mode. Wait for the stable reading when the smiley face appears and stays on the screen. Short press to finish the calibration. If you short press the cal button before the smiley face stays on the screen, an error code appears. To fix it, wait for the smiley face to fully stabilize, then short press the cal button to finish the calibration. Step 6. Put the cover back on your pH 4 buffer solution. Step 7. You are now ready to measure the pH of your food. Using your Apera pH meter to measure the pH of your food. A pH meter needs your food to be in a liquid state, so if the food is already a smooth liquid, you can directly measure it. If your food is clumpy, like chunky salsa, you will need to use a blender or an immersion wand to blend those ingredients into a smooth consistency. If your food is like pickled beets or dilly beans, where the solids and liquids are distinctly different, you will need to, step 1, using a colander, strain the liquid into another jar, leaving the solids behind. Test the liquids and write down that value. Step 2, rinse the solids with distilled water because distilled water has a neutral pH of 7 and won't impact the food's pH. Step 3, Using a blender or an immersion wand, blend the solids into a consistent slurry. If needed, you can add a small amount of distilled water to produce the slurry. Test the slurry mixture and write down the value. Step 4, the pH value from the liquid and the slurry must be 4.6 or below. For canned foods, you will need to test after the food is canned. The lid has sealed and the food has cooled, but within 24 hours of canning. Food samples must be at room temperature to get an accurate pH measurement. Pour a small amount of your ready-to-test food into a container to test it. There should be enough food to completely cover the end of the calibration probe. Step 1, with your pH meter calibrated, short press the measure button to turn on the meter. Step 2, rinse the probe in your distilled water, shake off the excess water. Step 3, put your probe into your food. Make a quick stir in the food, then hold still. Take the pH reading after the smiley face stays on the screen. Record your test results in a food test log, including the date, the pH value, and recipe name. MFMA has an example food test log available on our Cottage Foods Academy webpage. The food test log you will need to show a food inspector if you are ever asked for proof that your cottage food passed the pH value of 4.6 or below. Step 4, long press the measure button to power off. Step 5, rinse the probe in your distilled water, put the probe cap back on, and store your pH kit until you need it again. If the results is close to 4.6, you can adjust your recipe to lower the pH, then retest it. If your food still doesn't meet the pH threshold, it cannot be sold as cottage food. You'll need to produce it in a commercial kitchen under a food license. What is pH? pH measures the amount of acidity or alkalinity in a food or solution using a numerical scale between 1 and 14. A pH value of 1 is most acidic, a pH value of 7 is neutral, and values above 7 are referred to as a basic or alkaline. Acidic and acidified foods have a pH value less than or equal to 4.6. Equilibrium pH is the pH of food product after the added acid has reached throughout the food matrix. The pH of added acid and low acid ingredients have equilibrated. To meet the legal requirements for cottage food in Minnesota, pH must be 4.6 or below. If you'd prefer, you can send your food to a certified lab for testing. A list of approved labs is available at mfma.org/cottage_foods_academy.